The man got off the bus, walked into the Buffalo Allina Medical Clinic, and started shooting.
This investigation really started with some breaking news.
How was a man able to get a gun when he has a documented history of mental illness and threats like this?
Grab your f***ing pistol and go down there and kill as many nurses as you can.
We found that people who were charged with crimes and found incompetent to stand trial because they were too mentally ill were being released, and often finding these defendants were going on to reoffend.
Everyone in the mental health and criminal justice system knew about these cases. They called them gap cases because people were falling through gaps, but no one could tell us how often it's happening. No one was tracking it.
Mother had a daughter who was struggling with addiction and came out to Minnesota for treatment. Met a man that she fell in love with, but was also very mentally ill and had committed some crimes. He was found incompetent to stand trial and then was released. He had a mental breakdown one night and brutally murdered this woman. As a reporter, as a journalist, you feel like you have a responsibility to show to the public that this is happening time and time again in Minnesota. And this could have been prevented.
I think it's important that you don't just showcase a dramatic example of a problem. You need to put it in perspective to show how broadly that problem impacts the community. And in the Gap, we did that.
And to do that required going through hundreds upon hundreds of case records, of files, and thousands upon thousands of pages to try to put a number to this.
We identified 6 murders, countless sexual assaults and violent assault from people who'd been previously charged with a crime and then let go because they were mentally incompetent to go to trial.
Imagine that the shooter, you're his family, you're his mother, you're his sister, and you knew that he needed help and that nobody was giving it to him, and you were trying to ask for help.
They sent him back to you?
Yeah.
Are you a doctor?
No.
I don't think I've ever been involved in anything that has gotten this type of reform.
The governor signed a multi-million-dollar plan to better treat and supervise people who are found mentally incompetent to stand trial.
KARE 11 continuously telling the story about the need to close this gap.
Our reporting's not done. Our lawmakers have promised reforms, they're initiating them, but we're going to be here to make sure that those reforms are enacted, that they work the way they're intended, and if more are needed, they get addressed.